Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second session of our January Council meeting. Today is Thursday, the 15th of January, and the time is now 6:16 p.m. I hereby call this meeting to order. Just a reminder that if you need to use your phones, please step outside. We kindly ask that you help us maintain a respectful atmosphere during our meeting. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicole Reynoso.
Present.
Councilwoman Maureen Porras is absent. Councilman Rafael Pinero.
Present.
Vice Mayor Dana Cabral.
Present.
Mayor Christy Fraga.
Present.
Mayor, you have quorum.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Vice Mayor Cabral. Okay, I don't believe there's any changes to our agenda order of business.
Just item 6D from the morning.
Okay, perfect, very much, thank you very much. And now we're gonna go ahead and open for public comments. We will go ahead and open the floor for public comments. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address any item on today's agenda or anything germane to this council. Please start by stating your name and address for the record. Make sure you are registered to speak with the city clerk's office either before or after your comments. We will first hear from those who have pre-registered to speak. Once those have been heard, then any walk-in speakers will be allowed to approach the podium. As a reminder, in accordance with the city code of conduct, we ask that all remarks be made in a respectful, courteous, and orderly manner. Personal attacks, offensive language, or disruptive behavior will not be permitted. Let's work together to keep this a productive and constructive conversation for all. Okay, we'll go ahead and start with those who have pre-registered to speak, and I believe we only have one at this time, Jody Steinberg.
Okay. My name is Jody Steinbauer, 5598 Northwest 102 Place. Miss Mayor, I've known you for about 10 years, maybe more, and you've known my husband. I would think out of respect, you would know how to pronounce my name. Anyway,
It was
I'll
an
go
honest
on.
mistake, Jody.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. My husband and I have been homeowners in Doral for 32 years. We've been very involved in community service. I have been a volunteer director for Parks Police for Kids Foundation for over 10 years. My husband was a volunteer director before me. I'm here to discuss the item 926-6477, restructuring PP4K that was put on the agenda this morning by the mayor. I was not able to attend this morning as I had physical therapy due to a recent surgery. Basically, this item wants to change the mission statement and bylaws and have the council run the 501c not-for-profit foundation instead of the volunteer directors. This morning, the mayor said that we did not raise funds. This is not true. An example of some of our sponsors that the directors were able to get are Jersey Mike's, Papa John's, Super Autos, Alpha Brokers, Doral Foods, just to name a few. One year, one of the directors was able to get Baptist Hospital to donate the funding to buy the backpacks for the back-to-school backpack giveaway. The mayor said the gala and golf tournament raised $300,000. After expenses, it raised close to $100,000. I was the only director to buy 2 tickets, even though I was having surgery and unable to go. As the name states, Parks Police for Kids, the mission is to give to the kids in our community, which this foundation has always done. We raise funds so we can fund programs for the kids. We have funded an after-school program for at-risk middle school kids that interact with the police and are tutored by their teachers. We fund a backpack giveaway for all the kids in our community. We help with the free summer camp run by the police department. We run bicycle safety events with donated Little Tox bikes, and we funded a truck to store the bicycles. It is all about the kids, and I hope the restructuring will not hurt the funding going directly to the kids. All foundation funds should go to the programs that help them. I have enjoyed volunteering for PP4K and helping kids. I will miss being involved with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody Steinbauer. Anyone else who would like to speak at this time? We have no more pre-registered speakers. Please approach the podium. All right, being none, we will now close the public comments portion of this meeting, and we'll move on to our first item, which is going to be the item that was pulled this morning, which is 6D.
Correct. Item 6D, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving the award of invitation to bid 2025-22 tables, tents, and chairs to the top-ranked providers, authorizing the city manager to negotiate and enter into an agreement with Glenn's Tents and Table Rental Service, Inc. and SBS Investments of Dade County, Inc. for the provision of rental services for tents, tables, and chairs for the city's recreational programs and special events for a period of 3 years with one 2-year renewal term for a total of 5 years, in an amount not to exceed approved budgeted funds per fiscal year, providing authorization to use Miami-Dade County RTQ 008A0 in order to expand and supplement the vendor pool for these services, providing for implementation, incorporation, of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Mayor Fraga.
All right, thank you very much. So the only reason I pulled this is because I would like to reduce the amount of years that we're going into the contract for several reasons. We're currently restructuring the events that we're having, how many. There was a conversation had at one point that why didn't we have our own tents, the quality of the tents that have been used in the past, and their conditions, and the difference of what we would get versus what we're getting if we were to have our own and things like that. So I'm okay with moving forward with this. I just want to reduce the period of time so that we have just more evaluation throughout the year. So I'm just going to recommend that we do for a period of 1 year with 1 2-year renewal, with 2 1-year renewals. Is that okay?
Yes, Mayor, of course. You can,
Yeah, I just think this gives
Direction.
us a better opportunity to evaluate throughout the year the quality of what we're getting, and also maybe do an analysis of if we buy our own tents, if that's an option, and if we would save money. So I want to take a look at that. That's all.
Thank you.
Are you okay with that, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Motion.
All right, motion to approve by Councilman Pinero with the amendment.
second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve as amended, made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cabral?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for your support on that. We'll now move into the public hearing items.
May I please swear in the witnesses, Mayor?
Yes, please do.
If you will be presenting testimony on any of the public hearing items, please stand up, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the information that I'm about to present shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you very much. Item 19A, ordinance number 2026-01, amending Chapter 26, Noise. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, amending portions of Chapter 26, Article 5 of the city's code of ordinances relating to noise, providing for suitability, incorporation into the code, and an effective date.
Okay, thank you very much. I believe this belongs to the administration and Parks and Recreation.
Good evening, Mayor. Michael Festa, Parks and Recreation Director. So this proposed amendment to the code would align the code with proposed uses at Doral Central Park, particularly for concerts, open-air events, mostly associated with the Doral Amphitheater. And we've been working with the city attorney on this language and this amendment to the code.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and open for public hearing real quick because I passed me to do that. We're gonna open up the floor for public hearing for item 26-6478. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please come up. Okay, being none, we'll close public hearing. And if anyone has any questions for our Parks and Recreation Director.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. No additional questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2026-01 on first reading, made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cabral?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you.
Item 19B, ordinance number 2026-02, vacation of streets. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, creating Chapter 38, Article 7 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the vacation of streets, providing for suitability, incorporation to the code, and an effective date.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open up public comments for this item. Public comments is now open for item 26-6479. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, public comments now closed, and I believe this item is for Public Works.
Yes, Mayor.
Or
Good
whatever.
evening. Yes. We, the city did not have a process for vacations of right-of-way on the books. We have recently received a request for vacation of right-of-way. And so what we have decided to do, we did some research in other municipalities, and we have developed a process. The attorney has worked with Public Works to develop our process and codify the way to get around a request made to the city to vacate right-of-way. And that's basically what this is.
This ordinance, though, does not actually vacate any streets. It's just a process in place so that if that should happen in the future, this would be what would be followed, and it would need to come before this council.
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Is there any questions for the administration or for Public Works? Being none, need a motion?
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2026 first reading, made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Corral.
Yes.
Mayor Fraga.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Arroyo.
Next item, second readings, 19C, ordinance number 2025-22, Doral Concourse Plum Amendment. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving a small-scale land use amendment to the city of Doral comprehensive plan future land use map to change the land use categories from office and residential OR and industrial I to downtown mixed-use DMU for a 5-acre parcel land located 8400 Northwest 36th Street, providing for incorporation and recital, severability, conflicts, and an effective date. This was approved on first reading on June 4th.
Okay, so the next items 19C, D, E, and F, all have to do with the same concept. So we're gonna hear one presentation, and then we will have them read into the record. We will open up public comments. We will do ex parte communication, and then we will take a vote. So just one presentation will be given for this. So we'll go ahead and have Michelle come up and do her presentation now. Let me go ahead and open up public comments for this one. We're going to open up public comments for item 19C, also known as 25-6190. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, public comments now closed, and we'll hear a presentation from our Planning and Zoning Director.
Thank you, Mayor. Before you this evening, we have 4 applications that are related to this project. We refer to it as MG3 Doral Office or Concourse Doral. The applicant is seeking a future land use map amendment from industrial commercial to downtown mixed use, a rezoning from office residential and industrial to downtown mixed use, a master development agreement, and a site plan for Doral Concourse, which is a currently developed site, approximately 5.05 acres, located at 8400 Northwest 36th Street. The site is currently developed with an office building with a structured parking garage at the rear. The office building is that office residential zoning that's currently in place, and the structured parking garage to the south is currently zoned as industrial. So the future land use map amendment would accomplish a couple of things. It would permit business, retail, office, and residential uses on the same parcel. It would allow for, or it requires a mixture of the permitted uses that I just described, which is required on every downtown mixed-use site. Downtown mixed use is typically limited to 10 acres or more to provide a horizontal and vertical integration of urban-oriented projects. However, for projects that are 5 acres or more, if you're currently located next to an established downtown mixed use, you can request that flume amendment, rezoning, and master development agreement. In this case, the parcel is located adjacent to City Place Doral, which is land used and zoned as downtown mixed use. So that creates the path to move forward for these requests. The rezoning, which is also a part of this application. The applicant currently seeks to go from industrial commercial to downtown mixed use. And again, this request would allow for business, retail, office, and residential uses, allowing that mixture of uses. So the intent for the rezoning is to integrate restaurant use through the master development agreement and the rezoning on the ground floor of the already built environment. The development plans and the community connectivity plans for the DMU sites shall identify strategic locations where vertical mixed use shall occur and to facilitate multimodal options in which this project accomplishes that. At these locations, retail service businesses are encouraged to be located on the ground floor with office and residential uses above. Again, this project accomplishes that with the office uses already established and developed in the current structure. This shall not preclude horizontal mixed uses where the site plan and community connectivity plans demonstrate that the functional arrangement of such uses achieves the purpose of the district. So again, the project for rezoning and land use amendment accomplish the goals of your comprehensive plan and your land development code. With every request for a rezoning to downtown mixed use and a flume amendment to downtown mixed use, the code requires that the applicant also proffer and that the council approve a master development agreement and a concurrent site plan. The applicant has applied for those requests. This is second reading of the MDA. The MDA establishes the project location, the legal description, and a description summarizing the information contained in City Code Section 68-582-8A. The project includes the specifications as identified by the code, retrofitting an existing single-use structure currently comprised of offices only, and then activating the ground floor by adding the restaurants, totaling approximately 19,565 square feet. The MDA also establishes the community benefit features and public art to be installed. It's going to activate frontage with pedestrian-friendly amenities, including walkways, landscaping, trellises. There's going to be an upgrade to the fountain, and we're going to incorporate some public art in that area. And then it's going to make the lake accessible to the public as civic space with kind of a walking path surrounding that lake. The MDA also provides for roadway and transit improvements to be built by the developer. They're going to signalize the main intersection access driveway on Northwest 36th Street, pending related agency permit approvals. And prior to occupancy, coordination with Miami-Dade County TSS for signal length and signal operating plan at Northwest 36th Street to minimize traffic spillback onto the nearby adjacent intersections. The MDA also provides for project phasing, commencement, completion dates for each phase, and a build out for the entire project as required by our code. And then there's technical statements showing how the city's public facility levels of service standards are being met or exceeded by the project, and that's part of your concurrency management system. Finally, as I stated previously, the MDA also runs concurrently with a site plan, which will be presented this evening. And then any other information that's deemed pertinent by the planning and zoning director or the city council that is also accomplished through the master development agreement. The last item for this project before this evening is the site plan. And while the MDA, the rezoning, and the flume amendment were heard at first reading in June, the site plan only requires a resolution. So you're seeing that tonight for the first time. As previously stated, the site plan seeks to convert the ground floor of the existing single-use office structure to include restaurant use. And it's going to activate the space and enhance the pedestrian engagement. All of your LDR requirements are met through this application request with no variances being sought. And project features include modern architectural designs, bike racks, landscaping improvements, pedestrian walkways, and compliance with the Doral Boulevard Master Plan Urban Streetscape Character District. I want to point out that the applicant paid very close attention to the Doral Boulevard Master Plan in order to activate Northwest 36th Street. There were some constraints due to the building already being developed and the county requiring kind of an access drive that comes in from the south and then circles to the west and then loops around to the front of the building on Doral Boulevard and then through the project for circulation. So the applicant's architectural team worked very closely with the city so that we could ensure that that activation along Doral Boulevard was not going to be impeded or impacted in a negative way. So they are compliant with the Doral Boulevard Master Plan. We're really pleased with that. renderings for the project, as described, are before you on the screen. You can see that lake and the related, the fountains, the related walkways, et cetera, and how those restaurants are going to activate that frontage on the ground floor and how it's nicely illuminated. There's some rendering perspectives. And compliance with your site plan evaluation standards, which include consistency with the comprehensive plan. We accomplished that through the Flume Amendment, promoting better site design, which I've described in this presentation, integration of project more effectively into the surrounding environment. Again, it's adjacent to Doral City Place, so it's going to complement that project nicely. Enhancement of property values, ensuring harmonious relationship among buildings, uses, and visitors, a protection of the health, safety, and welfare of our residents and our visitors. All traffic concerns have been addressed. And again, consistency with the standards and regulations of the approved master development agreements, pattern books, conceptual site plans, et cetera, within the DMU projects. So with that, staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the following request for property generally located at 8400 Northwest 36th Street, a future land use map amendment from office and residential to and industrial to downtown mixed use for approximately 5.05 acres, a rezoning from industrial commercial to downtown mixed use for the same 5.05 acres, the master development agreement, and the site plan. The applicant's legal counsel is here, should the council have any additional questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. That was wonderful. Mr. De La Portilla.
And good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, staff. My name is Miguel Diaz de la Portilla. I'm an attorney at Gunster, 600 Brickell Avenue, 35th floor, Miami, Florida. I agree 100% with that wonderful presentation from your director. What you have are 4 applications, but really to accomplish a very simple purpose. The simple purpose is to take a incorporation of Doral building and structure, which is a single-use structure, an office building, and activate the ground floor with 19,565 square feet of restaurant spaces, and to also improve the site to make it walkable, to make it livable, to connect it, to advance the goals, objectives, and policies of your comp plan, and to advance the vision of your strategic plan for the city of Doral, creating revenue, movement, interest, and beauty in what is a very nice, but quite frankly, boring building. So we ask for your support. We have a very strong staff recommendation. I would like to point out one thing on page 9 of the comp plan recommendation of approval from your staff. It says there's not a single goal, objective, or policy of your comp plan that this application doesn't advance or meet. And I think that's a significant thing to say because that's not always the case when you have a comp plan application. So yes, what we're doing is we would like to redesignate the property DMU. We're right next to City Place, rezone it to DMU. We have a development agreement before you that spells out how we're gonna go about doing that, and a site plan that you've already seen the renderings of what it would look like once we're done, and it'll all be done in short order. We meet all levels of service. We've addressed every concern and every question raised, and we've worked very collaboratively with your staff, and we're very proud of it. We ask for your support. And we're here to answer any questions. I would like to just introduce my wife, Elinette Ruiz Diaz de la Portilla, who's co-counsel, also with Gunster, and Ivo Fernandez, who is our architect for Modus, who did a wonderful job in bringing this beautiful project before you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. I just need disclosure of ex parte communications and then any questions that may arise.
None.
And no ex parte communications either? No? Okay. Any questions for the applicant or for staff? And we will incorporate all of our comments and questions into each reading. Yes, Councilman Pinedo.
I just want to say, well, Happy New Year to you both.
Yeah,
good
yes,
to
of
see
course.
you again.
Happy New Year. I forgot to.
I think it's a great project. It's something that makes sense, especially for that particular area. So I'm glad that we're moving forward on this one. So I place the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. I just have a very quick comment. Again, thank you for the presentation. I just want to make clear in layman's terms, just because when people hear rezoning, they think a whole new development. The existing building is going to be retrofitted for these, for the restaurants, so it's not a redevelopment. I also want to point out, should there ever be a future redevelopment of the location of the land, there would have to come back to council. There's no description of residential or anything in this modification. So I know that sometimes people see rezoning and they think that, it's a whole new concept. So I think you
Correct.
very tastefully made upgrades to a more dated property that will fit what's already coming on Doral Boulevard. And I'm glad that there was no need to abandon our master development plan for Doral Boulevard, because that's important as we enhance the city. And so I'm glad that was able to be incorporated. There's always a concern when it's an existing building. So thank you very much for your work, and we look forward to having some good restaurants there.
Great. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the
Motion
question.
to approve ordinance number 2025-22 on second reading made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Corral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Corral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so now we're gonna hear 19D. Read that into the record, and we'll go through the same process.
Item 19D, ordinance number 2025-23, Doral Concourse rezoning. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving an amendment to the city's official zoning map from industrial commercial IC to downtown mixed-use DMU for a 5-acre parcel located at 8400 Northwest 36th Street, providing for incorporation of recitals, severability, conflicts, and an effective date. This was approved on first reading on June 4th.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open up public comments for item 19D, also known as 25-6191. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, we will close public comments. Madam Clerk, let the record reflect no one has chosen to speak at this time, and I'll take any ex parte communication. Being none, okay, Madam Clerk, we need a motion, sorry.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. All former comments will be incorporated into this item as well. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-23 on second reading made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Cabral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cabral? Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Next item, ordinance number 2025-24, Doral Concourse MDA. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving a development agreement with MG3 Doral Office LLC for a mixed-use development project known as Doral Concourse in the downtown mixed-use zoning district DMU to incorporate approximately 19,565 square feet of restaurant use within an existing office building for the property located at 8400 Northwest 36th Street, providing for incorporation of recitals and an effective date. This was approved on first reading on June 4th.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open up public comments for item 19E, also known as 25-6196. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, we will close public comments, and I will take any ex parte communications. Being none, we will incorporate all the former presentations and comments, and I need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-24 on second reading made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Cabral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cabral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes,
Motion passes.
and one last time.
Item 19F, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving the site plan for Doral Concourse located at 8400 Northwest 36th Street in the city of Doral, Florida, pursuant to section 53-184F for the city's land development code and providing for an effective date.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and open up the public comments again for item 19F, also known as 26-6460. Anyone would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, we will close the public comments again and take any ex parte communications. Being none, we will incorporate the previous presentations and comments once again, and I will need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilwoman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Cabral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cabral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll move on to the next item, 19G.
Item
Thank you.
19G, ordinance
Thank you.
number. Ordinance number 2025-47, text amendment industrial future land use. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving / denying a text amendment to the city of Doral comprehensive plan, future land use element policy 2.1.2, entitled industrial category, to remove the prohibition of amusement center, entertainment, health, exercise, and sport facility uses within said future land use category, authorizing the transmittal of a text amendment adoption package to the state land planning agency and or the required governmental reviewing agencies pursuant to the provisions of section 163.3184 Florida statutes, providing for conflicts, severability, authorization, and adoption, and effective date. This was approved on first reading on December 10th.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open up the public comments for item 19G, also known as 25-6430 for second reading. Anyone who'd like to speak on this item, please approach the podium. Being none, public comments is now closed, and we will hear from staff if anything. I don't think there's any significant changes on this at all.
There are none.
Okay, perfect. Any questions? Again, this is a second reading. If there's no comments or questions, we need a motion.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-47 on second reading made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Corral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Corral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Final item.
Last item, 19H, ordinance number 2025-48, special exception uses for industrial zoning. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, amending section 53-128 use compatibility table of the city's code to add definitions for fitness sports uses and to update the compatibility table accordingly, amending article 6 of chapter 68, including division 2 industrial commercial district IC, division 3 industrial district I, and division 4 industrial restrictive district IR, to list indoor-outdoor recreation facilities as a special exception use subject to special development regulations, and further amending the permitting uses in the industrial commercial IC and industrial I zoning districts to conform amendments provided herein, amending sections 68-848 and 68-849 related to downtown Doral R district to update fitness sports use terminology, amending section 68-861 to clarify allowable special exceptions uses in the Doral Decor overlay district, creating section 74-171 indoor-outdoor recreation facility to establish special development regulations, amending section 52-5 definition to eliminate conflicting terms, amending section 77-139 to update uses in the minimum off-street parking matrix, providing for incorporation of recitals, codification, severability, conflicts, and an effective date. This was approved on first reading on December 10th.
Take a deep breath. We're going to go ahead and open up public comments for item 19H, also known as 25-6392. Anyone who would like to speak on this item and this item alone, please approach the podium. Being none, public comments is now closed. Let the record reflect no one is chosen to speak at this time. This is the second reading. Again, no significant changes from first to second reading.
No, I think the clerk covered it all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
if you could understand her. No, just kidding.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Vice Mayor Cabral. If there's no additional comments, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-48 on second reading made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Vice Mayor Corral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Corral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. That was exhausts our agenda for today. I do have one announcement before we adjourn the meeting. I want to repeat once again at the request of our planning and zoning director that on January 20th at 6 p.m. from 6 to 8 at Doral Central Park, we will have our 2050 Comprehensive Plan Update Workshop. This is your one and only chance. No, we will also hear it here in the council, but to come and participate, give your feedback on the future of our community and our comprehensive master plan. So please join us Tuesday, January 20th at 6 p.m. at Doral Central Park. We shall see you there for our workshop. If there's no other comments, we will adjourn this meeting with a motion from Councilman Pinedo.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo, second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. See you all in February.